Hello, happy Sunday. So this is always such a fun topic to talk about around the holidays. We're going to talk about the 12 days of Christmas. So this is something that my daughter looks forward to every single year. And it's something that not only am I going to show you how we do it for our family, but I'm also going to show you how you can do it basically for free, as well as just very low cost depending on what you already have around your house. And then I want to go ahead and go through, I have a free 12 days of Christmas fun pack that you guys can download. So this is something that absolutely you want to stay until the end and make sure you have all the information on how to download this. No strings attached, but you can start doing this for your family this year. Very low stress, very minimal prep. So per normal, I've always got my notes in here because I want to make sure that I don't get sidetracked with this. And we are going to talk about how to make this work for older children and teenagers, not just little kids. Now, I did start doing this with my daughter when she was 2. She's now 8. And I have helped families with kids as old as 16 do this and have their kids absolutely love it. So this is something that can work for every single family, not just for little ones. Hey, Tamira. So if you're hopping on live, go ahead in the comment section and just type out the word live and let us know, have you ever done the 12 or 24 days of Christmas with your kids? Drop me a yes if you have, drop me a no if you have not. Now, if you are brand new to doing the 12 days of Christmas, I do want to also just put a little note in there that you can do this just purely for fun, or you can make it educational. And we're going to talk about some ways to make it educational as well. So this doesn't have to be something that you incorporate into school. Maybe your kids are on a break, you don't do school year round, or maybe your kids are not homeschooled, you have children that are in public school. This could be a way that you could practice some skills that maybe they're struggling with, or you could decide, I don't want to make this educational, I literally just want to have a fun 12 days of Christmas with my child. So we're going to cover all of that, plus get you that free 12 days of Christmas download. And before I go any further, just in case you're watching on YouTube or you are brand new to my channel, my name's Tanya Johnson. I am the founder of Helping Hearts Homeschool. And what Helping Hearts Homeschool is it is a company that I founded to help parents and grandparents put the joy back into homeschooling. I definitely understand homeschooling is not all rainbows and unicorns and sunshine. However, I do think it can be a very joy-filled journey, and that's something that I would love us to get back to as homeschoolers. So if at any time you find value in this information, go ahead and smash the share button right underneath this video. You can tag friends if you'd like to as well. Every single week, everyone that shares goes into a drawing and we give away freebies. Sometimes that is in the form of gift cards. Sometimes it's in the form of merch. Actually, every week you have the option of a gift card. So when you win, you get to pick if you want merch or a course or some digital products, or if you would like a gift card to, usually it's Amazon, Starbucks, one of those two. So if you share this, make sure you do type share in the comments just to make sure that you do get entered into the drawing. Now, I do want to let you know last week's winner, and I'm so sorry, Sandy, I'm absolutely going to butcher your name. I wrote it down, but even writing it down, I'm not confident in saying this. I'm just going to go through it. Sandy Shyman Zwierlin. And again, I apologize. I absolutely know that I butchered that, but you are the winner. So go ahead and inbox me. Just let me know what your email address is, as well as your mailing address, and then I will get your prize sent out to you. We'll let you pick your prize, and then I will get it sent out, whether that is via email or that is via the actual postal service. Postal service, that's the word I'm looking for. It is 4 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. If y'all can't tell, my brain's a little mushy. Hey, Joni. So again, if you want to share, drop share it in the comments and we'll get you into this week's drawing. So, like I said, 12 Days of Christmas, we started this when Glory was 2. Let me just make sure I am going through this on time, or in order. So what the 12 Days of Christmas is my child gets to open one present a day from the 11th all the way to the 24th. Now, what we specifically do is we make Christmas Eve our last day, so that is day number 12 or day number 24, depending on if we're doing 12 or 24 days. I did try one year having Christmas morning be our last day, and to be honest, it was just too much hassle. Christmas Day is busy enough without adding something extra. So you can do it however you want to do it for your family, but what we do is we end Christmas Eve as our very last day. So first thing you want to do is just decide, do you want to do 12 days or do you want to do 24 days? Now, there is not a wrong or right answer in there. Oh, I was like, I'm missing notes. No, I'm not. I just skipped a page. There's not a wrong or right answer. It really depends on how much time you want to put into this. If you want to make it educational or not, because that's going to take a little bit more time. If you want to spend money on this, that's also going to be factored in. Again, I am going to show you a way to do this totally for free, 12 or 24 days, either one. But it depends on how busy you are, how old your kids are. If you're brand new and you've never done this before, I suggest doing the 12 days of Christmas. So if you're watching this right now and you're like, ooh, that sounds neat, I want to do that, but I can't do 24 days of Christmas because it's already December 4th. I think that's what today is, right? Do the 12 days of Christmas. Make this your first year. You absolutely have time to do it, and you can do it super, super low-key, which we're going to talk about as well. Hey, Mary Ann, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for hopping on and watching. You are entered into the drawing, so anyone that shares, you automatically go into the drawing and you will receive a gift card or merch or whatever it is that you would like to receive if you are picked as the winner, which will be announced next Sunday when I go live and talk about our next topic. So once you have picked if you want to do 12 days or 24, then you're going to decide if you want to pick a theme. For example, some of the themes that we have done are crafts, board books, games, diamond painting stickers, makeup, and hair accessories. So kind of what I have done in the past is I've just said, okay, is there something that we need? Like, for example, when my daughter was 2, we did the board books because we didn't have very many books at all in the house, and I wanted to kind of build that library. So doing the 12 days of Christmas and having her open a board book every day was just a very fun way to build our library with books I would have bought throughout the year anyways. When we were first building our game library, we did the same thing. So I think then we'd actually did the 24 days of Christmas, and that is where a good portion of our games came from. If you've ever been to my house or you've seen our game room, which is now our laundry room because we have downsized as we moved across country, we have scads and scads of games. So what we did one year for Glory's birthday, we had everyone just give her a board game. And then for Christmas, we did the 24 days of Christmas, and we did board games. Board/card games. She got games. I guess I shouldn't categorize them all as board games. So it was a fun way to build our game library because it's something I would have bought throughout the year anyways. And because I knew that, what I did is I went on Black Friday when our Walmart, they had I believe it was buy a game, get a game for $1, so I think that was Walmart or Meijer had it to where all the games were like $5. So I went and I stocked up when they were cheap, in other words. So that was a fun way to build our library. When she was just getting to where we were going into like actual hair bows and hair ties and stuff, we did hair accessories. When she was first getting into makeup, we did makeup. Before we did the Busy Box, if y'all don't know what the Busy Box is, it'll be linked down in the comments of the blog that corresponds with this. By the way, the blog will be up tomorrow. So if you're watching this on Facebook, you're getting a 24-hour window that nobody else gets this. It's not going out to my email list or anything. You guys get it first. And then tomorrow the blog will be up with the freebie link and everything else. So if you're on the blog, I have a whole bunch of different themes that are actually typed out for you. I'm just going to go through a couple that we did and a couple ideas for older kids, because I know older kids are the ones that people tell me, oh, you know, I can never do the 12 days of Christmas. My kid wants like $100 items, and that's true. But what if you have a 16-year-old who all of her makeup is just kind of outdated? You could very easily do the 12 days of Christmas with makeup items. If you have a family, you could do the 12 days of Christmas, even a family of teenagers. Maybe you want to really strengthen relationships. Games are a big way to do that. You could have the 12 or 24 days of Christmas and do games. So basically, whatever it is that you need in your house, that's kind of what you pick your theme for. This year, we're just doing, the theme is stocking stuffer items, because I wasn't going to do this year. So I was going to do the 12 days of Christmas, or 24 days of Christmas, but we were just going to do a fun book for each 24 days. I wasn't going to do a gift. And I'll tell you in a minute how the gifts are incorporated into educational as well. Or the 12 days of Christmas rather ties into education. Because I was just going to have a fun book and, read that with her at the end of the day. And then as we're getting closer, around Thanksgiving, she's like, Mom, are we going to do the 12 days of Christmas? I was like, we could do the 12 days of Christmas. She's like, yeah, Mom, I really want to do it. So we get her tree set up in her room, which we do every single year. I've got 24 is what we chose, but I got 24 books in this like fun little Christmas calendar thing that I bought. And she goes, Mom, where are all the presents? I was like, what presents? She goes, yeah, remember on the 24 days of Christmas, we always open one present and I like have to do a problem or something to get the present. Educational, which we're going to tighten in a minute. And I'm thinking, I was like, I didn't think she'd want to do that this year because she is 8. She's kind of over like the cutesiness of all of it, but she loves surprises. So then I asked myself, I was like, I can't really justify buying 24 extra presents, even if they are small. We don't need anything in our home. Like, we have plenty of games. She's got tons of hair accessories, tons of makeup. So there really wasn't anything I could justify buying. So I asked her, I said, hey, I hadn't planned on doing the 24 days of Christmas. I was like, but would you rather do the 24 days of Christmas where you get to open one gift a day for 24 days, or would you rather have a stocking on Christmas morning? And she thought for a minute and was like, oh no, I'd rather do the 24 days. So for me, tradition is always you get a stocking full of wrapped Christmas presents on Christmas morning. But for her, she would rather have the 24 days leading up. So that's what we decided to do. And it also taught her how to make her own decision with something that's fairly big, at least for her, like for her age and for our family, that's a fairly big decision. So kind of killed 2 birds with one stone. So that's what we decided to do. So this year it is stocking stuffers. So far, she's opened 4. One was a game. One was like a color change mini Barbie, like the little ones. I don't know what the other 2 were, to be honest with you. Oh, one was a book, like a drawing book, because she's really into drawing and tracing. And there was a 4th one, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, a pen, an ink pen that like changes colors. So, very small stocking stuffer type items. So I'm saying that if you don't have a theme that you want to go with, you don't have to. You can just do small items. I'm just letting you know some things that make it fun. And actually, so Lego kits are a good one for older kids. And again, all of these are on the blog. You'll want to go check them out. I'm just going to very quickly. If you have teenage girls, earrings are a good one. 12 days of earrings. Ooh, so this is a really good one for teenagers. A friend of mine, what she does is she has her kids read 1 book a month, a self-help book. And when they read the book and do like a small presentation about what they learned, they get $20. So you could very easily, for the 12 or 24 days of Christmas, if you have an older teenager, do 24. They can read $2 a month. If you have a newer teenager or maybe your family is not super into reading, do 12 days. Wrap up 12 self-help books that you want them to read. They get to open 1 a day for 12 days, and you can let them know, like, hey, you read this, you give a little presentation, and you want to make sure you have that presentation outlined. So if you want a book report, if you want them to verbally tell you, like, you have to set that expectation, I'll give you $20. You do that for 12 months, you got, what, $240 just for reading throughout the year. If you want to do 24 books, $480 just for reading throughout the year. I don't know any teenager that would be like, oh no, I don't need $500. It's fine. Hey, Rocio. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you so much. If you want to share this, you'll be entered into the drawing. So I appreciate the initiative that you already took with that. So anyways, that's a fun way to do with teenagers. You can do nail polishes, socks, slime, fidgets. That's like a big thing right now. Journaling supplies for teenagers. So there are lots and lots of ways. Now, some of the ways I have listed on the blog are pricier than others. However, here's 2 ways you can do this totally for free, or again, very, very cheap, just depending on what you already have in your house. The first way is by doing library books. Go get 12 or 24 Christmas-themed library books, wrap them up, and again, I say free because the library is free. Most of us already have wrapping paper, so that doesn't cost any extra money, or you can go to the dollar store and get a roll for $1. And then every night, your child or your children, if you have more than one, you can do this for the entire family in one thing. Unwrap, take turns which kid gets to unwrap it. Unwrap the book, read it together as a family while you're enjoying hot chocolate or popcorn or something. Bonus points if maybe the book you choose for each Friday that they're going to unwrap. Or it could be random, but again, depending on your schedule, the book goes along with the movie. So you read the book, like Home Alone, I believe, has books. The Polar Express has a book. I think Buddy the Elf has a book. There's a few. The Christmas Carol obviously has a book, and there's a lot of different movies around that. So pick a book that has a movie. When they open that book, they get to read it as a family, and then also get to enjoy a fun family night. And if you have the game, there's a lot of these that have games with them, you can also make that a thing. So, lots of ways to do it, but just giving you some ideas. Another way to do it, pretty much for free, again, depending on what you already have, is to download the 12 Days of Christmas from the blog. What that's going to be is 12 fun activity sheets, and you can print as many as you want off, so you can have one per kid. What I would do is take each sheet, put it in a manila envelope, decorate it with some cute little Christmas stickers, put them all underneath the tree. Every day they get to go pick one and open it and get to do that specific sheet. So you can have all kids do the same sheet. You can have all the sheets in one pack for your whole family, and you can rotate who gets to open it. You can do it however you want. But again, very fun. Some of the sheets are going to be kind of no-brainers, like mazes and drawing and coloring and that kind of stuff. You can easily do those while you're doing a read aloud. Some sheets are going to be more intense, like word scrambles and things. So you can do them together as a family and get all of the kids involved. So, 2 different ways to do it, but again, basically free. If you don't have stickers, again, you can go to the dollar store, get them for $1. Don't have manila envelopes, I believe the dollar store also sells those, or you don't even have to have them in an envelope. So, if you want to do this, regardless of finances, this is a very good way to do it. Now, okay, so I already said this, I do have it at the bottom. Now, also linked at the bottom, I have a way for you to make money as a homeschool mom or just as a parent in general. So if you're looking to make extra money on the blog, you'll also want to check that out as well. It's something everyone can do. You're not joining a company or doing an MLM or network marketing or anything like that, but it is a very simple way for average, everyday, ordinary moms to make money from social media. So, let me just make sure I have that linked because I said I'm going to. Now, making it educational. So we have gone through choosing if you want 12 or 24 days. We have gone through picking a theme, if that's your thing, and again, if it's not, totally fine. Now you can decide if you want to make it educational. Again, you don't have to. But if you want to make it educational, it's so easy. So you're going to have, we're just going to say 24 because that's what I'm doing and I want to keep it straight. So let's say you have 24 gifts underneath the Christmas tree. On each gift, you're going to have an answer. So for example, if you're doing this with a 2-year-old, maybe you'll have an index card, a stack of index cards. Each index card is going to have a number on it from 1 to 24. Each present is also going to have a number on it from 1 to 24. So every day your kid gets to pick an index card out. Let's say the number's 3. They tell you the number, they go find the present that has the matching number, and that's the one they get to open. You can do this literally with any subject. So as they're little, I've done shapes, I've done colors, I've done numbers. You can also get into like adding and subtracting. Let's see. I have some written on here, and again, you can do this with anything. You can do nouns. So on the index cards, you would have person, place, or thing written. And you would have an equal amount of those. So maybe you've got, let's just say you have 12 presents. So you have 3 person, 3 place, 3 thing. On the presents, you'll actually write out people, places, and things. So you might write dog, mom, Eiffel Tower, tree. So if your child on the index card picks one that says person, they're going to go grab a present that is a person. If they pick place, they're going to grab a present that is a place. So you can do it however you want to do it. And again, if you go to the blog, I have a lot of examples for you. So another fun way to do it is with compound words or sight words. So if you do compound words, maybe the compound word is whatever. So you would pick an index card and it would say what. You'd go find the match that would say ever. Maybe the compound word, I should have written these down because I didn't, and now I can't think of compound words. You get the gist. You'd have half the compound word on the first index card, the other half on the actual present. Hi, Bridget. Susan, thank you so much for sharing. Yes, you are in the drawing this week. Everyone that shares automatically goes in the drawing. So just hit the share button and then comment below that you shared to make sure that I get you entered. Now, another fun way to do this would be to do sight words. So let's say your kids are working on, well, I guess sight words would be the category, right? So you'd write a sight word on a card, attach the same sight word to the present. Now, I am going to just give you 2 examples of how we have done this. Like I said, we started when Glory was 2. So the way we did it when she was 2 looks a lot different than the way we're doing it today. The way that we're doing it today is going to look a lot different than the way that we're going to do it when she's 16. So don't compare this to other people. Don't compare it to me. Maybe this is your first year doing it and you want to keep it super, super simple. Don't compare it to the way I'm telling you we're doing it this year, because we're pretty complicated this year, but we've been doing it for 6 years. Don't compare it to anybody. Compare it to what your family needs in the season that you're in right now. So when she was 2, I already told you, we did board books. Now, what we did when she was 2, let me make sure. I believe we did shapes. No, we did colors the first year. That's what we did. So we just did the 12 Days of Christmas. I had wrapped up 12 board books. And what I did is I had 12 shapes, 12 colors rather. So I had 12, the index card was just squares. Each square was a different color, and I rotated through 6 colors. So that means there were 2 red squares, 2 purple squares, 2 brown squares. I don't remember what the 6 colors were, but 6 colors. The presents also had 2 sets of 6 colors. So one present had a red square, one present had a purple square, or 2 presents had a red square, 2 had a purple. And so my daughter would pick an index card, tell me what the color was, and then go find the matching color. So simple, but it was just a fun way to practice colors. If you want to go the extra mile, then you can also sit down and actually practice flashcards and that kind of stuff as well. Now, today, we're doing it a little different. So what my daughter gets to do this year, and guys, I just realized I forgot to put my headphones on. So the recording of this, not going to be amazing quality. So I'm just apologizing in advance. I'm not technologically savvy. I don't know how to edit anything out when it comes to the sound. So, sorry. All I can say is sorry. Maybe I'll link the Facebook. I think the Facebook might be better. So having said all of that, she's 8 now, so she's in 2nd, 3rd grade. We homeschool, if you know, you know. We're not just in one grade. But what we're doing this year is we're focusing on reading comprehension, and math. So what my daughter gets to do is every morning we have 24 books that are in an advent calendar. I found it, I think at Sam's Club is where I found it. She gets to open one book. She then reads the book and does a book report on that book. And in the 12 Days of Christmas, I have my holiday book report template in there as well. So if you want to do the book report route, that's an easy one, even if you want to do library books, especially for older kids. I wouldn't do that with your kindergartner, but when they're old enough to read and understand it a little bit, I would start doing book reports to work on reading comprehension. So she does a book report. As soon as she turns that book report in, I have a box of index cards that she gets to pick from. Each index card, has a subtraction problem, 2-digit, with borrowing, because that's what we're working on. She completes the problem, and the answer is on a present. So let's say, I don't remember what the problem was today, but the answer was 26. So she went and found the present that had the number 26 on it, and that's the one she got to open. So, lots of moving parts, but again, she's old enough to where instead of just, hey, I'm going to buy an extra 26 gifts just for giggles, there's a reason behind it. Yes, she's getting the fun things. Yes, she's getting a surprise every day. Yes, she's getting to open the extra presents. But, one, she made the decision to do this instead of a stocking, so I'm not really buying anything extra. 2, she is learning throughout each one. She's not just getting gifts handed to her. Now again, no right or wrong. If you just want to do it as a fun thing, do it as a fun thing. Do what you want to do with your family. There's nothing saying that it's bad to give your kid gifts, okay? I know we see it all over Facebook all the time. People getting shamed for buying their kids presents or too many presents or whatever. I'm not here to do that. I'm saying in our family, something that my daughter already struggles with is being grateful, so we definitely hit that hard all the time. So we make sure she understands, like, you're getting the extra things because it's Christmas time and we're making this a fun part of your school. Not just we're just buying you stuff just to buy you stuff. So I think that is it. Come back tomorrow. I will have the blog post linked for you so you can go watch it yourself and you can get that freebie 12 Days of Christmas as well. I hope you all found value in this. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to all of you guys who already shared this and everyone who is watching the replay who is going to hit the share button because you did find value in this. So I appreciate all of you, and I will see y'all next Sunday when we come back for another little Sunday session. Bye, y'all.